Hello everyone, I am Dr. Jennifer Berman, and today I want to talk to you about a subject that has been misunderstood, ignored, and often silenced: female desire. When we think about human intimacy, society usually focuses on men's needs, men's health, and men's performance. But what about women? What about the inner world of women? Their desires, their longings, their hidden needs that are rarely spoken of. That is exactly what we are going to uncover today. Let's begin by acknowledging a simple truth that female desire is complex. It is not only physical, it is emotional, psychological, cultural, and even spiritual. While male desire is often portrayed as direct and predictable, female desire is layered, shifting, and deeply connected to context. And this complexity is the very reason why so many misconceptions exist. The first secret. Desire is not just about biology. One of the first secrets people rarely talk about is that a woman's desire is not simply controlled by hormones or body chemistry. Yes, estrogen, testosterone, and dopamine play a role, but these are just parts of a larger picture. For women, desire is equally shaped by emotions, self-image, relationship quality, and even stress levels. Think about it. A woman may love her partner, but if she feels stressed, exhausted, or undervalued, her desire will naturally decrease. This isn't dysfunction, it's biology interacting with psychology. The female body is wired to respond not just to physical touch, but to emotional safety. Bokpi, the second secret: emotional connection matters more than physical stimulation for many women. Intimacy is not simply about sex, it's about feeling emotionally connected. When a woman feels heard, respected, and valued, her body naturally becomes more responsive. That is why communication is one of the most powerful aphrodisiacs. You can't touch a woman's body until you've touched her heart. Studies have shown that women report greater levels of desire and satisfaction when their partners share emotional intimacy, honesty, and vulnerability. So if you want to understand female desire, you have to understand that the heart and the mind are the gateways to the body. Wafe, the third secret. Self-image shapes desire. Another hidden factor that people don't talk about is the role of self-image. A woman who feels unattractive, ashamed of her body, more or constantly compared to unrealistic beauty standards will naturally struggle with desire. This is not because she doesn't want intimacy. It is because she is distracted by insecurity. Here's something profound: female desire thrives when women feel confident in their own skin. That confidence doesn't come from being a size 0 or looking like a model. It comes from self-acceptance, self-care, and partners who affirm them. Fakavi, the fourth secret. Desire changes with time. Women's desire is not fixed. It evolves with life stages: puberty, pregnancy, motherhood, and menopause. Many women are shocked when they notice changes in their libido and think something is wrong with them. But the truth is, desire is dynamic. For example, in younger years, hormonal surges may drive more spontaneous desire. After childbirth, exhaustion and hormonal shifts may suppress it. During menopause, falling estrogen levels can create challenges, but new freedom from pregnancy risk may also awaken a different kind of intimacy. The secret here is adaptability. Women who accept these natural changes and adjust their approach often rediscover desire in new, meaningful ways. Haki, the fifth secret. Stress is the silent killer of female desire. This is a truth almost no one talks about. Stress, anxiety, and chronic fatigue are devastating for female libido. Cortisol, the stress hormone, directly lowers sexual arousal by interfering with hormones that promote desire. A woman carrying the weight of household responsibilities, work pressures, or emotional burdens will naturally feel shut down sexually. So the solution is not always a pill or a supplement. It is reducing stress, improving self-care, sharing responsibilities, and creating space for relaxation. Fafi, the sixth secret: spontaneous vest. Responsive desire. One of the most misunderstood aspects of female desire is the difference between spontaneous and responsive desire. Men are more likely to experience spontaneous desire. They feel desire first, then seek intimacy. Many women, however, experience responsive desire. They may not feel aroused until intimacy begins. This doesn't mean something is wrong with them. It simply means their body and mind need a context of safety, warmth, and stimulation before desire awakens. Understanding this difference saves countless relationships. When women know they don't have to feel in the mood right away, They stop blaming themselves. And when partners understand that women often need a spark to ignite their fire, patience and gentle initiation can transform intimacy. Waki, the seventh secret. Fantasy and imagination. Here's another truth rarely spoken of. Women's desire is fueled by imagination. Female sexuality is closely tied to the brain, the largest sexual organ. Fantasies, stories, and emotional scenarios stimulate desire just as much, if not more, than physical touch. This is why romance novels, movies, and emotional storytelling captivate female audiences. They provide a safe mental space where desire is nurtured. Far from being shameful, fantasy is natural and healthy. It allows women to connect with parts of themselves that may be hidden in daily life. Fafi, the eighth secret. Communication unlocks desire. You cannot unlock a woman's desire without open communication. Many women suffer silently, hiding their true needs because they fear judgment or rejection. But when partners talk openly about what feels good, what doesn't, what excites them, what shuts them down, desire naturally flourishes. Silence is the enemy of intimacy. More, communication is its fuel. Why, for the ninth secret, desire is not just about sex. Female desire is holistic. It includes wanting affection, closeness, touch, laughter, and being cherished. Sometimes women don't crave sex itself. They crave intimacy, safety, or affirmation. When those needs are met, sexual desire often follows. Fafi, the 10th secret. Healing past wounds. Many women carry silent wounds, trauma, shame, negative cultural messages. These deeply affect desire. Healing requires compassion therapy and safe partnerships. Desire cannot thrive in an environment of fear or shame. It blooms in trust, acceptance, and love. Fade, putting it all together. So what does this mean for you? It means that when we talk about female desire, we must stop seeing it as a problem to fix and start seeing it as a story to understand. It means acknowledging that women are not broken when they don't feel like men do. They are simply different. It means valuing emotional connection, reducing stress, encouraging self-confidence, embracing responsive desire, and keeping communication open. The secrets of female desire are not really secrets. They are truths that have been silenced. And the more we bring them into the open, the healthier and more fulfilling our relationships will become. From facing closing words, I am Dr. Jennifer Berman, and my mission is to break the silence around female desire, to remind women that they are not alone, that their needs are valid, and that their bodies are beautifully complex. To remind men that understanding and patience are the keys to unlocking deeper intimacy, and to remind everyone that desire is not just about sex. It is about connection, love, and life itself. We uncovered the emotional, psychological, and biological layers of women's sexual needs, layers that are often hidden from view. But as I continued reflecting, I realized there is so much more to be said. So today we are going to dive even deeper. If part 1 was about understanding female desire, part 2 is about us transforming relationships through that understanding. We will address myths, cultural barriers, unspoken truths, and practical tools that can change not only intimacy but also the way partners relate to one another in everyday life. Secret 11. Culture and silence shape desire. One of the greatest barriers to female desire is cultural silence. For centuries, women have been told not to talk about sex, not to express their needs, and not to show interest. Desire was seen as something inappropriate for women. This silence has robbed countless women of their voices. But here's the truth. More of desire thrives when women feel free to express it. A society that shames women for wanting intimacy is a society that suppresses their health, happiness, and wholeness. When women start to reclaim their voices, when they dare to talk openly about what they feel, desire naturally awakens. Secret 12. The role of touch. We often underestimate the power of non-sexual touch. Holding hands, hugging, stroking hair, more, or simply sitting close, all of these ignite a woman's nervous system in ways that build trust and connection. Female desire is not a switch that turns on suddenly. It's more like a fire that needs consistent warmth to grow. Touch, even outside the bedroom, is that warmth. In relationships where affection disappears, desire often disappears too. But when couples nurture physical closeness every day, intimacy feels more natural, less forced, and more alive. More. Secret 13. The brain is the primary sexual organ. We've all heard this phrase, but very few people truly understand it. A woman's brain, her thoughts, her imagination, Her sense of safety is the foundation of her desire. If she is anxious, distracted, or burdened, the brain will send shut down signals to her body. On the other hand, if her brain is stimulated with positive thoughts, fantasies, and reassurance, the body follows. This is why foreplay doesn't begin in the bedroom. It begins in daily life with words, kindness, humor, and emotional connection. 255 Secret 14, the myths of age and desire. Another secret that needs to be spoken is the myth that female desire fades completely with age. Yes, hormonal changes influence libido, but age does not erase desire. In fact, many women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond report a stronger, deeper, and more confident sense of intimacy. Why? Because with maturity comes self-knowledge, less worry about judgment, and a clearer understanding of what brings pleasure. The key is not to fear age, but to adapt with it. Through communication, health care, and sometimes medical support if needed. 255 Secret 15, desire requires energy. It may sound simple, but energy is the fuel of intimacy. If a woman is constantly exhausted, juggling responsibilities, or never having time for herself, her body will not prioritize desire. Energy is like a currency. You cannot spend it on intimacy if it is already drained by stress, chores, or work. The solution is not just about sleep, it's about balance. It's about sharing responsibilities at home, giving women time to rest, and creating a partnership where both people invest equally. When women feel supported, they feel free to desire. 2K Secret 16. More, the hidden role of playfulness. Here's something rarely discussed: playfulness as an aphrodisiac. When couples laugh together, joke, act silly, or share light-hearted moments, they create a bond that feeds desire. Desire doesn't always have to be serious. It can be fun, creative, and even childlike in its play. Playfulness breaks routine, removes pressure, and reminds women that intimacy is about joy, not performance. 255 Secret 17s. Women desire to be desired. This might be one of the most important secrets. Many women don't just want intimacy. They want to feel wanted. They want to feel that their partner is attracted to them, drawn to them, and chooses them over everything else. When women sense indifference or neglect, their desire diminishes. But when they feel desired, admired, and pursued, their own desire multiplies. It's not vanity, it's biology. Being desired activates deep psychological and hormonal responses, reminding women that they are cherished. 255 Secret 18. The pressure of performance kills desire, just as men feel pressure to perform. Women too feel pressure to look perfect, to respond perfectly, to meet expectations. This pressure creates anxiety, and anxiety shuts down desire. The secret is creating a safe space where women feel no pressure, where intimacy is about connection rather than performance. When women feel they can simply be themselves, their desire flows more freely. 255 Secret 19, the healing power of vulnerability. Many people fear vulnerability, but for women, it is the gateway to deep desire. Vulnerability means dropping masks, sharing fears, and letting a partner see the real self. When both partners dare to be vulnerable, intimacy transforms. Female desire thrives in environments where vulnerability is welcomed, not judged. It creates safety, and safety unlocks passion. 255 Secret 20, desire and identity. Finally, let's talk about identity. Many women lose touch with themselves, becoming defined only by roles such as wife, mother, or worker. But desire requires a sense of self, a sense of individuality, more. When women reconnect with their passions, hobbies, dreams, and inner worlds, their desire becomes stronger. The more a woman knows who she is, the more she knows what she wants. And the more she embraces her identity, the more she can express her desire fully. 255 bringing the secrets together. So, what do these additional secrets reveal? They tell us that female desire is not fragile, it is powerful. But it requires care, respect, and understanding. It requires partners who see women not just as bodies, but as whole beings with minds, emotions, and dreams. The silence around female desire has gone on too long. The myths, the shame, the neglect, all of these must end. And when they do, women will no longer whisper their truths in private. They will speak openly, live freely, and love deeply. 255 closing words of part 2. I am Dr. Jennifer Berman, and my message is simple. Female desire is not a problem to solve. It is a mystery to embrace. When we honor it, relationships flourish. When we silence it, relationships suffer. So let us keep the conversation alive. Let us keep exploring, keep learning, and keep empowering women everywhere to claim their right to desire, to intimacy, and to joy.